Welcome to SVG-TV News for Thursday, June 30th, 2016. I'm Lafern Fraser with the details. Frustration continues to grow among employees of the Bookament Bay Resort who are demanding better treatment from their employers. Some of the employees took matters into their own hands on Wednesday, June 29th, as they mounted a strike action at the entrance of the resort. SVG-TV News learned that the action was taken as a result of the employees' frustration over the issue of salary non-payment, which according to some of them has been an ongoing issue. Patrick Augustin, who is employed as a beach attendant for over 5 years, says they are simply frustrated with what has been taking place.
Do you mind telling us how much was your last salary and when did you last get paid? When did you last
Right now, they owe me right now.
When was your last salary?
Well, that was in April, but I not get all for it.
You didn't get your full salary?
No.
What is your full salary like?
1,500.
And how much did you get paid in April?
They still owe me 4 something, 15. And sometimes I go, the salary is a piece, sometimes I go to something, 3 something might be that. Sometimes they're all in 3 installments. And that's rough, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. That's very rough.
And how long this has been happening in the 5 years you're working here?
With the salary thing?
Yeah.
Since over almost 2 years plus going. Oh. It goes on with everybody.
Cameron Matthews has been with the resort for a few months now and has a similar experience. He notes that he has a family and that he's merely trying to cope with his employment situation.
In those 6 months, have you been facing any difficulties where your salary is concerned?
Yeah.
Can you explain, please?
Well, I mean, as you see, sometimes it's late, but most of the time, maybe get all the money. But most it's just late, that's all.
Right.
Yeah.
And have you raised those concerns to your immediate supervisor or manager?
Well, I mean, everybody knows, so I don't really have to raise it to them, they know.
Right. So when you say late, like how long will this prolong for your salary?
Well, like before the end of the month we get the salary, just mean that it's just late. We're not getting it full.
Do you get paid fortnightly?
No, monthly.
Monthly?
Yeah.
Right. Do you mind telling me what is your salary pay like?
About 14, 13 something.
Right. And when you say you don't get your full salary, what do you get?
Sometimes I get like in installments, something in pieces.
While some employees of the resort were willing to air their views to SVG-TV News, others were somewhat skeptical by simply saying all is well.
Tell me how long you've been employed
I have to go move
they
my
won't
luggage.
see you.
Just seeing me.
How long you've been employed?
About 3 years, that is it.
3 years. And what is the pay like for you guys? I mean,
For me, it's good.
When was your last pay?
My last payment last month.
And you've been getting your full salary within those 3 years?
Well, full salary, yes.
Full salary for the whole 3 years that you've been here?
Yeah.
So things have been good for you here?
Yeah.
This strike action comes less than a week after David Ames, founder of Harlequin Hotels and Resorts, parent company of the Bookament Bay Resorts Limited, and Harlequin Property SVG Limited, left St. Vincent after being summoned to court to answer charges of tax evasion and theft. Producing high-quality agriculture commodities that are safe and tasty in present times is a big challenge due to the infestation of pests and diseases. That's according to the head of the Ministry of Agriculture Research and Development Unit, Dr. Rafiq Bailey, in his opening remarks at an integrated pest management workshop held yesterday, noting that while pesticides are normally used to rid plants of pests, they're also expensive and toxic to human health and the environment. Bailey outlined that there is a need to exercise alternative methods of getting rid of pests.
During the last 3 or 4 days, Dr. Huang have been sharing his knowledge on the pest and disease management in vegetables. There would also be some sessions on safety plant protection products like using beneficial microorganisms, biofertilizers, or soil amendments, and other plant protection products. Hopefully, you, the farmers and the cooperatives, will take some of these new concepts and use them on your farm. You can also try to commercialize some of these the new techniques that he's going to teach you today. Our Research and Development Division, we will be leading the way in helping to develop some of these concepts and to transfer the technology to you. So I hope you learn and get some new ideas, fresh ideas that you can implement on your farm.
Expressing his gratitude to the Taiwan Technical Mission, Chief Agriculture Officer Ashley Kane noted that the government of the Republic of China on Taiwan has always lent support to Vincentian farmers, especially as they seek to find successful alternatives to banana cultivation.
As the banana industry transitions and changes and so on, our farmers have to look at different ways of earning their livelihoods and sustaining the quality of life which we have in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Your intervention and your support through the technical work which you do with us has helped farmers to earn livelihoods. For more than 30 years, we have had your support in building our agriculture, either by training of persons, either by visits to Taiwan, and by your presence here with a mission which on the ground has been able to be hands-on in sharing improved technology and knowledge with our farmers.
Kane further expressed his excitement not only as an agricultural officer but also as a farmer about the new ideas and technologies being made available to tackle the issue of pests.
The new information, the new strategies which you would share with us. And I want to ask particularly our extension officers who are here, you will be the conduit through which this information will be passed on in a sustainable way to our farming clientele. Dr. Bailey, we have you also as a very good resource person in helping to build our capacity for strong agriculture and good rural communities.
And opposition leader Arnim Eustace is accusing the ruling Unity Labour Party government of having no focus for the revitalization of the banana industry. Speaking on his party's New Times program on Wednesday, Eustace says that after his political party promised farmers 1,000 acres to rehabilitate the banana industry, the government assured farmers that they will instead raise that stake to 2,000 acres. The opposition leader said that already the newly elected St. Lucian government has negotiated with France to have some 150 tons of bananas exported and questioned what SVG's government is doing in this regard.
We had said that we would rehabilitate 1,000 acres of bananas and that in so doing we'll not only provide soft loans to rehabilitate the bananas, but we'll give $500 per month to farmers who are in that rehabilitation program so they could look after their other expenses, their house rent or their children at school or whatever, or buy food or pay electricity, whatever, you know. And the government then answered and said they'll do 2,000 acres of bananas.
Yes.
But we all know that not even in the budget did they provide for the 2,000 acres. So they never intended really to anything.
The NDP president chided the government for allowing the banana industry to disintegrate.
We don't have any to sell. And that's why we're saying you have to rehabilitate. St. Lucia, who had the same black secretary like us a couple of years ago, is already exporting bananas back to the United Kingdom. I think they did about 10,000 tons last year, when we did 0. Dominica is doing some exporting. It's not up to the levels that they were before, but they are making progress. And I can't understand why we can't make progress. We were the second largest banana exporter after St. Lucia. We have been asking the people of the government of this country to do something to get the industry growing again, so that more people can get jobs. Banana farmers won't have to be doing security jobs. Be better able to look after their children, look after their homes, and earn a proper income.
In the same way we celebrate persons who reach the milestone age of 100 years, we must celebrate those buildings of equal age and beyond. That's according to Chairperson of the National Trust, Deidre Myers, speaking at a building conservation lecture held earlier this week aimed at raising awareness on the importance of conservation of historic buildings here in SVG. Outlining that a significant part of the Vincentian history is within its buildings, Myers noted that our ancestors have left a legacy of building construction which Vincentians must seek to understand, learn, and conserve.
Buildings which have survived for this period of time must have a story to tell. We are today writing our story in the fabric of the buildings we presently occupy, so that those who come after us will study and learn how we lived. We celebrate Fort Charlotte, the Botanic Gardens, St. George's Cathedral, the Cathedral of the Assumption, the Courthouse, and our City of Arches. But why? Because we see value in them. What if they were all to disappear? Or what if they were all to be conserved so that they remain standing for another 100 years?
Myers pointed out that while building conservation is fairly new to SVG, Vincentians have a duty to ensure that all examples of the country's built heritage are conserved.
Historic building has artistic and human messages just waiting to be revealed. After all, it has survived 100 years and is still in use. Practitioners of building conservation are very busy and are heavily pursued as humanity has become increasingly conscious of this significant heritage and the benefits to their individual countries. We must get on board. Those who have come are excited over the new finds. Alex, Ed, Steve, and Didier see uncharted territory waiting to be explored.
Making reference to this country's directory of historic sites and buildings, Myers outlined that 5 of the 110 buildings and civil structures were in 2010 approved by Cabinet as protected national heritage sites. She further added that while the National Trust has begun work for the conservation of these sites and buildings, there's still a lot of work to be done.
Those buildings are the St. George's Cathedral, the Courthouse, the Grimble Building at the Girls' High School, the Carnegie Building, Police Headquarters, and the Peace Memorial Hall. To be successful, there must be requisite legislation and involvement of various skills, such as conservation architects, engineers, quantity surveyors, material archaeologists, craftsmen, and art historians. This takes time and patience, but the benefits are enormous.
Police at Caliqua are presently carrying out investigations into a report of burglary which is said to have occurred recently at the Brighton Methodist Primary School. Reports are that bandits armed with weapons proceeded to the school's compound where they met a watchman on duty. It was during such time they then tied him up with ropes and broke into the school by smashing one of the doors. They were reportedly in search of cash and other articles. However, it's not clear whether they made off with any of these items. Members of the community were subsequently made aware of what transpired after a passerby heard the watchman crying for help. They went to his assistance and untied him. When the principal of the school was contacted about the report, we were referred to the Ministry of Education. However, when the police at Caliqua was contacted, they did confirm the report and indicated that investigations are continuing into the matter. In more local news, a call has been made for dialogue as well as a proactive approach to be taken in keeping capital Kingstown clean and rodent-free as SVG enters the last week of its carnival activities. The call was made by Chief Environmental Health Officer Neri James as he spoke with SVG-TV television on issues relating to the cleanup of Kingstown after carnival as well as other public health issues. James stated that throughout the year his department has faced various challenges in controlling the rodent affluent population in Kingstown and is calling on food vendors as well as patrons to take a proactive approach in how they dump their waste.
The mere fact that we are having a carnival, it means that challenge will be greatly increased. Okay? So one of the ways in which we can deal with it is by managing our leftover food. Okay, so I'm asking patrons, food stores, basically persons who operate in food stores, to make sure that their leftovers are being properly secured and removed.
James highlighted the fact that after Carnival, the streets are littered with refuse and is appealing to everyone to play their part in keeping the city as clean as possible.
After the activities, you have the streets being littered with refuse. They have been cleaned up in most cases, but the time in which they are being cleaned is delayed. Okay, and the manner in which it being done is not satisfactory. So I am looking for a deeper discussion with carnival organizers, okay, and so that we will make sure that our streets are always being clean.
Youth across SVG will be given the opportunity to display their creativity as part of the Fuel Your Vision Foundation Trash to Treasure initiative, which was launched yesterday at the Grassroots Tennis Court at Murray's Road. Representative of the Fuel Your Vision Foundation, Sierra Goodluck, said the initiative aims at giving the youth the opportunity to utilize their creative imagination in creating works of art from trash.
Converting trash to treasure. So we're taking anything that's reusable or recyclable and we're turning them into art forms. We're turning them into decorative pieces. We're turning them into fashionable clothing or anything that is reusable. This program will be held this competition actually will be held in October during Independence Week, and we're going to be having people from Kingstown, Barrowley, the major towns in St. Vincent, also the Grenadine Islands competing. After that we'll be going regionally and then internationally. So basically what this is about is just encouraging youth development and arts in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Another representative of the group, Precious Abraham, explains that the initiative will be targeting several communities across SVG from which persons will be selected to take part in a regional competition.
Right now it is a competition that we'll be doing in different communities. So we will be going to Kingstown, we'll be in Layu as well, Mesopotamia, and also in Georgetown and other communities. We're also planning to go to the Grenadines, Beckway, Myro, Canawan, you name it, but these dates are to be announced. From here we choose persons, well, first, second and third, to compete in the competition in October 2016, which is around Independence time. And from there you move on regionally and you get to compete with the different Caribbean islands, and if you are chosen again you get to go internationally where you are able to sign on to a manufacturing deal.
Some of the children attending the launch of the initiative expressed enthusiasm about being able to take part in this competition. Carnival Beat is coming right up. This evening at Carnival City Victoria Park, 5 steel orchestras will compete in the panorama competition of the Steel and Glitter event. The bands are Starlift, Southeast Steel Orchestra, Symphonix, Sign Hill Euphonium, and Elite Steel Orchestra. Patrons will also witness 10 mass bands competing in the sections of the band's competition. They are Tribes Mass Band, Melbourne Artisans, Butex International, Extreme Fanatics, SVG, Owen Ralph and the Professionals, Blondie Bird and Friends, High Voltage Mass Band, Imagination Mass Camp, Lynx Mass Band, and Leeward International Mass Band. And the chairperson of the Carnival Development Corporation's Beauty Shows Committee, Cheryl Rodriguez, says she is pleased with how well the preparation for the Miss Caraval pageant this year has been going, noting that one of the main challenges over the years has been getting the contestants' hair on time, but this year that was not a problem.
The challenges over the years has been the arrival. Like sometimes the contestants get left back in a country, or the bags get left back, or the flights are late. But this year, I'm the happiest I've ever been for a long time in relation to arrivals, because we're able to get the contestants in, most of them, early yesterday. Only Grenada came in at 12:30 a.m. and we're at the airport after 1 this morning, picking up Miss Grenada, her chaperone, and Barbados, his chaperone as well. So our greatest challenge is to get the young ladies here only at, the arrival time.
Rodriguez says the Miss Caraval pageant is one of the main components of Vincy Mass and one of the longest running pageants in the region, which grants the overseas contestants as well as their chaperones a learning experience about SVG and its culture.
Miss Caraval is the second oldest queen show in the Caribbean. So I feel that Miss Caraval is an excellent show. I know the countries that attend from year to year, the chaperones who come here, they learn a lot of things from us. The contestants themselves take away many, many happy and fond memories. Their experiences are different in the sense that they have always said that Miss Caraval is a unique show. It is professionally run, it is well organized. Vincentians are warm and friendly. So they all look forward to coming to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So we believe that Miss Caraval is a very, very, very special show. And we should all treasure what we have, cherish it, maintain it, support it, work on it, enhance it. That is what we should do with Miss Caraval.
The Miss Caraval pageant 2016 will be staged here tomorrow evening at Carnival City Victoria Park. After 2 years of being a part of the Soca Arena, Clayton Dimes Roach along with Elrico Pixel Hunt have etched their names into the minds of many Vincentians, and they continue to make known that they are double finalists. Continue to make it. Now they're double finalists in this year's Raga Soca and Soca Monarch competition, slated for Saturday, July 2nd at the Victoria Park. Noting that they hope to see the local Soca Arena get more modernized, the Walk Him Out duo, in an interview with SVG-TV News earlier this week, expressed their elation for the support they've been receiving and promised nothing but their best on competition night come Saturday.
I've been getting good reviews for both tracks. I've been getting responses from outside of St. Vincent about both tracks also. The Walk Him Out is like everywhere we go, it's being played. So we know for sure that's a favorite among the audience. Not going to let any financial restraints or any other problems hold us back that night. So just look for energy-full performance. Yeah. So this is Dimes on July 2nd. I want the entire St. Vincent and the Grenadines to come out and support us at the Raga Soca and Soca Monarch competition. I'll be performing Malice and Walk Him Out. Just let go the feelings, don't hold me malice, yeah.
Waste, gal.
Walk Him Out.
Pointing out that he too is ready to wow patrons at Saturday's event, 2016 Soca Monarch finalist Courtney Fresh Kid Patterson noted that although he has faced challenges, his performance on Saturday night will be nothing short of excellent.
Because a lot of people feel like sometimes you might send your songs in for Soca Monarch and 1 year you may not make Soca Monarch, but you have no inspiration of making it another year because you fail once. Sometimes you just take the failure as a stepping stone to gather, yourself for another year. Because every year is not a bad year. As newcomers, as they call us, we need more sponsors, which we have to help them by bringing better songs and better advocates. So Fresh Kid gonna be performing at number 9. Me, myself, every other competitor will be bringing it to the table. Are you gonna have a show that you never seen before? Cause when I reach, it's mass. Tell them move the way pass. Everything getting mash up.
Another finalist in this year's Soca Monarch competition, Ryan Royal Abraham, who is popularly known for his energetic performances on stage, says he believes the 2016 competition will be a great success. He further urged persons to come out and support all of the competitors as they fuel the biggest event for Vincy Mas 2016.
I wasn't expecting to get picked for the Groovy, but I know for the power, Royal should be a must by now. So, you know, Soca Monarch. It's always Soca Monarch, regardless of who enter and who doesn't. There will always be a big crowd because that's one of the biggest shows for Carnival. And I must fairly say that the Young Guns brought it this year as well in terms of music. I mean, everybody has good music out. I think Park is going to be full. Well, not think, I know Park is going to be full. Now, I'll be coming on at position 10, so make sure to come out to support every artist and as well me, Royal. Ready up, and you know this Saturday is going to be a pandemonium. Listen, the bass and drum, cause when I come, pandemonium.